Hello everyone again, this is Red Armor again, and this time we are going to look at what the Joust facelift is going to look like. HiRez already has announced somewhere in the forums that they are going to give Joust a new skin, basically make it look different from the standard Greek tutorial map, and it's gonna look very medieval-like. It's gonna look pretty awesome, I think. And I'm gonna show you what we have here in the game files for now. The Joust facelift is basically done. It's pretty much ready to roll out. I don't think there's much left to do for them. So, excuse me. So, let's look at this here. This is just a texture. Basically some fans with shields and such flags. Ground pad, just a roof, a rug. Okay. Oh, it's lighting of this thing here. So here. Yeah, this one is hilarious. This is the vandalized Jesus picture in Spain, I think it was, where the old lady drew over the ancient Jesus picture. It might be somewhere in the level. That is quite funny, to be honest. These are some flag stands. Here's the ground. There's a tent, which we will see later on. Basically, the buff camps are gonna sit in tents. Roof. Yeah, they haven't really changed the the minions and such are not really in the respective colors yet. That's pretty much all there is. More rugs. Alright, so here we have the models. This is the ground pad, whatever that is. Maybe where you spawn or something. I don't know. A tile, another one. Alright, here's a stand, and another of those columns, and another one. That's some fence, or gate, or whatever. It says gate, so it's probably some gate. There's a porch. Another one of the stands. It's like, this is just a building. Whoa. This is just some buildings. Wall. Stone pillar. More stone pillar. Stone floor. Steps. Yeah, for now, as you can see, this is seems to be more medieval themed. Here we have a flag stand. Banners. Here's some, like, those little flag lines that are hanging from the ceiling somewhere. There's one of those. Shield. Those flags. Here's a rope. More rope. The rug. I have no idea what the rug means. Alright, so here's the tent. And it said the buff camps are going to be sitting in tents, so that is going to be really cool. I think those look really awesome. Flag. I guess they are shooting for some kind of stable style, maybe, in some parts. Like in those medieval jousting matches, they hit some roofed areas. So... Alright, so here's a roof. You could probably put this together into a building. This is a golden wall. Alright, here's the Jesus again. And I think that's it for this. Oh, there's a... Oh, okay. Apparently, what that is... I now know what that means. The rugs are basically gonna have that texture on top of it, And this one is basically the blue one with the griffin is for one side, and the one with the laurel and the shield is gonna be on the other side. Basically, that's why it's also tagged red team and blue team in some files. More textures. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Alright, so what do we have here? There's a lot of other things. The base. So the base where you spawn in looks actually pretty cool. Alright, so here we have a stone texture. One with a window. That doesn't look different at all. Okay. Guess that those are just some different texturing things. There's walls. There's a gate. Alright, so here we have an actual wall model with the textures applied. And here we have an arc. And the gate. There. Alright, so this is the base, I would say. It looks like a castle. And it actually looks pretty cool. I think this is like one of the coolest models so far, in my opinion. It looks pretty awesome. Here we have some more. There we have stands, more walls. One of those base on the base, like on top of it is probably one of those arcs. There's some columns, probably in the exit or something. More walls. Textures. Yeah, that's pretty much it, honestly. I don't think there's much more to go on model-wise in this one. Yeah, that's it. Alright. That's the base. And we have the skybox. And the skybox is basically what is like, you know, the sky texture. This is basically this is gonna be set on top. It's basically the dome, and this here is the center, and this is gonna be basically set on top of the map. And as you can see, ignore that thing here. That's not part of the lighting. That's from the viewer. So it's just generic clouds, and there's some different lightings for that. It's a darker one and a lighter one. That's a skybox. So we have the statue. And that one actually looks awesome, and I think this is gonna be the replacement for the Phoenix. This statue of a knight sitting on his horse. It might be the statue in the base instead of the winged goddess Nike. Instead of that, we might see this guy, or instead of the Phoenix. But I think it's instead of the. Actually, I think it's instead of the goddess statue, the Nike, the winged one. That's pretty much it. But this guy looks really cool. I'm excited. Alright. And terrain, it's not really that interesting. Actually, never mind. It is interesting because it has actually some hints. Alright, so this is grass and stuff like that. So not really, it wouldn't be really interesting. So there's farmlands and for some reason, and what have we have here? Stairs for a fountain. Oh, there's the pet the Minotaur is standing on. Some rocks. Spawn area. There's another well. Or this one, Stonehenge, it says. We're gonna see a little bottle here too. Right. Tiling, stairs. There's some farmland. Might be in the background. I don't know. Cool idea, nevertheless. Because that is something that the agricultural thing is something that made the medieval special. Alright, so this is where the Minotaur is standing on, and this is where the hints are. Alright, so as you can see, we have this Celtic or Celtic symbol on the monitor pad. That is just one hint. Alright? So we have rocks. That's exciting. More rocks. And rocks. And a lot of rocks. And here's the spawn area. Spawn pad. No idea what that means. And here's Stonehenge. Whoops. So, that is another hint. Stonehenge. Which was maybe not erected, but heavily used by the ancient Celtic Druids before Christianity took over in England and Britain generally. Here is a ground pad that where Stonehenge is gonna stand around, I assume. And what you see here, the rainbow colored thing, is gonna be water. This is gonna be a pool. Then we have something that is called Shady Fog thing, which I assume is some sort of animation for fog. Grass. This is what the map is gonna look like. Excuse me. Let me drink water. You can see here the blue line is gonna be the main lane. I guess red is gonna be the spawning area or something. And green is gonna be the jungle. At least that's, I think, what this means. Oh, wrong direction. And this is gonna be the preview. If you remember, if you select one of the different modes, it shows different previews. And this is gonna be the preview, and as you can see, it looks very, very cool. More of it. It's Stonehenge here, close up. And let's see if I can turn this. Oops, if I can turn this around a bit. So this castle thing, this ruined castle. Yeah, sky. They might assemble those things, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, yeah, there's a better look at the spawn pad, and it has those Celtic bands around it, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, I don't think there's much more to show. Yeah, I think that's all. All right, so that is that. We're not done yet. That was just the terrain. Next is the new tower. The new tower is, of course, gonna look a bit different from the Roman one. Alright, so here we have, this is where the phoenix is gonna hover over. So yeah, it is. It's gonna have a phoenix, not the knight statue. I was just like, when I originally looked through those, I was just randomly checking if there's anything cool in it, and I didn't look at the file names, so I didn't know there was a phoenix space. Now I know, and yes, this is going to be where the phoenix is hovering over, and this is going to be the tower. And that's pretty much all there is to this file. Then there's going to be trees. Those are, of course, not that very upsetting. It's just going to be trees. So they took, I think, some of the conquest props and recolored them a bit. That's pretty much all there is to it. Bushes, tree. Looks a bit cooler, I think, than we put a bit more detail into making the models of those things. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And last but not least, also the minions are gonna get a little facelift. Sadly, I do not have texture for those yet, so I'm just gonna be colorful, but yeah, those do not have textures yet. So this is gonna be the melee minion, basically a knight. Looks pretty cool, the model. This is like one of the few things they probably are gonna have to do still, making textures for this guy. So you can see the model isn't very detailed either. It has a lot of stuff lacking, like the joints and stuff, and not really there, and the parts of the head, like the helmet, where he can see through, and the armor is not very detailed. The shield doesn't have anything on it, so they probably are gonna make these guys more detailed. And here's the archer. He's an arrow and bow, and he's gonna be generic medieval archer with those helmets, those British helmets, English helmets, and this might be the big guy because he has a bow and a sword, but I don't know. Honestly, I don't know at all. And I think that's it. What I can tell from the different file names on the texture boxes is that these guys, the knights here, might actually also be the jungle buff camps, and that there might be a black knight for the jungle buff instead of just the standard silver one. Alright, so this is the Joust facelift, and I guess we can wrap this up now. So there's nothing else about the new Joust thing, unless I overlooked something. Can be. If I did, I'll probably add it later on as an old video. But I think we've gone on here for a while, so if you like what you're seeing, I will update with every Smite patch. I will probably now release videos showing what I found, and yeah, so subscribe, or and this is not the last video for today. Today there's going to be a lot more videos. There's going to be a few more maps I'm going to show off, and that's pretty much all for the Joust facelift. So I'll see you guys next time.